Hi, my name is Grace Johnson, and welcome to my drinking water treatment plant. First, we'll start with pre-treatment. These bar racks and screen remove large debris, furniture, balls, fish, and any other large object. This protects the pumps and other equipment used throughout the treatment plant. The next step in pre-treatment is aeration. As you can see from these two equations, aeration uses oxidation to remove iron and magnesium from the water. It also removes hydrogen sulfide from the water. The next step of pre-treatment is chlorination. You might be wondering why we add chlorine at the beginning of the plant. This prevents the growth of algae, which may interfere with treatment of water and cause taste or odor problems. Now we will move on to the treatment portion of the treatment train. The first step in the treatment train is coagulation. This removes turbidity, color, and some bacteria from the water. This is done by adding coagulants, such as aluminum sulfate or ferric chloride, to neutralize the particles in the waters. This causes them to clump together and form something called a flock. Aluminum is the most efficient coagulant. A coagulant is anything with a trivalent cation, is non-toxic, and insoluble in the neutral pH range. Important factors in coagulation include pH, dose, and alkalinity. The next step in the treatment train is flocculation. Design parameters for flocculation include intensity of mixing, which encourages particles to make contact with one another. This mixing can't be too vigorous or the flocks will break apart, and we don't want the flocks to settle in the tank. This process continues to combine the particles, creating even bigger flocks. The next process in the treatment train is sedimentation. Design parameters include surface loading, flow rate, surface area, and total number of basins. What sedimentation does is remove sludge by scraping the sludge that lands on the bottom of the tank. This process cuts down 50% of the cost of water treatment. The sludge is then dewatered either mechanically or non-mechanically and disposed either in a lagoon, a landfill, or a land application elsewhere. The next step in the treatment train is filtration. This filters the water to collect and separate smaller particles. There are 3 different kinds of filter medias: single, dual, and multimedia. Single media filters collect usually only sand and sometimes crushed anthracite coal. Dual media filters collect sand and anthracite. Multimedia filters collect sand, anthracite, and garnet. The design parameters for the filtration system is loading rates, flow rates, total surface area, and surface area of each filter and number of filters. The last step in the treatment train is disinfection. The purpose of disinfection is to reduce pathogens to an acceptable level. It also prevents the growth of pathogenic microbes. The 3 categories of human pathogens of concern in drinking water are bacteria, viruses, and protozoan cysts. Here, we use ozone to disinfect our water. The oxygen atoms from ozone destroy the cellular membrane, which contain the rest of the bacteria, which purifies the water. Ozone disinfection is a very strong technique. It is not residual, and it is a primary disinfectant. Primary disinfection has a higher disinfecting concentration, a lower contact time, and takes place within the plant. Important factors for disinfection include the concentration of disinfectant, the detention time in disinfectant base, and the reaction time or contact time. Once the water is disinfected, it is ready to be distributed throughout the land. Thank you for visiting my drinking water treatment plant. Until next time, bye!